It's a bit hot, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Currently, in case anybody wasn't aware, the UK, particularly where I am in Southampton, is in the middle of a very long heat wave, and I'm going to make this quick. Otherwise, there is going to be a Hayley-shaped puddle on the floor. So I'm going to tell you about my summer sewing plans, and then I'm going to take my laptop and I'm going to go find a coffee shop with air conditioning, and that is where I will be for the rest of today. It has struck me in the last few weeks of intense British heat that I don't really have anything comfortable to wear in my wardrobe. To be perfectly honest, I don't think anything could be comfortable, and when I'm at home and the curtains are drawn, I'm pretty much just in my underwear. Apologies for that lovely image. But what I mean is that all my lovely floaty maxi dresses that I've made in the past, I usually make in the spring, ready for the summer. But at that time, I end up adding lovely long floaty sleeves because I feel more confident in a sleeve. However, as soon as the temperature gets above 26 degrees, I want to rip everything off as much as I possibly can. So I need some outfits that don't include full length sleeves. So with that in mind, I have been making some plans to hopefully see me through the rest of the summer, or at least the bits where I have to actually put clothes on and leave the house. First up, I want to make the By Hand London Leo dungarees. I've been pondering, I've kind of been on the fence on whether or not I want to make these for a few years. I think since they came out, I just think they look so cool. And I'm going to a music festival, just a little family-friendly music festival in August, and I think these would be so good. They have a little bib at the front and back with adjustable ties, and I think on me the bib is likely to finish sort of just below my bust apex, and then they have these big balloony voluminous trouser legs that are attached to the bib with pleats at the front and the back, and then have elasticated cuffs. So they're very wafty. And then to go with it, I also need to make a nice little semi-fitted t-shirt or tank top, or if I'm feeling really brave, maybe even a little cropped top to let the air in a little bit more. But I might be getting ahead of myself. So the fabric I have in mind for the dungarees is this gorgeous, you can tell it has literally just arrived, sage and cream checked double gauze linen that I purchased from Lamazi Fabrics. So let's open this up. It is a double gauze, so it's 90% cotton, and then it has a 10% linen. I have never used this combination before. So it's got the lovely softy squishiness of a double gauze, and then it also has that little bit of linen texture to it as well. I just fell in love with this when I saw it on the website, and I think this is going to be great. It's maybe a little heavier than your regular double gauze, but we know that linen is very cool and comfortable to wear in the heat, and in something very voluminous, I love that word, I think this is going to be amazing. So I'm really excited to get this one made up. I love the colours, I love double gauze, I love linen. So this feels like a match made in heaven, and I'm really excited to finally have a go at this pattern that has been on my mind for a few years. Then this has also been on my shelf for a couple of months, also purchased from Lamazi, and it is this really lovely quality creamy white cotton jersey that I think would make an excellent t-shirt. It is so soft, the quality is amazing. I'm thinking the Helen's Closet Dawson t-shirt, which I purchased in a sale that she was doing a month ago. I like that it is semi-fitted. I don't want a t-shirt that is really baggy. I don't want a t-shirt that is super fitted, and I like that it has an option of an open lower scoop neckline as well. So that is what I'm thinking, and that will go really beautifully underneath the double gauze dungarees and with a whole bunch of other things as well. I think that's going to be a real workhorse. I will be keeping track of all of these projects in the new sewing room feature on Thready Set Go. I think it's going to be really great. On the front page I can have all the different project photos, and that's going to be really helpful to kind of visualize all the different projects I'm making, think about what might go with other patterns, and then inside each project I can keep a track of what I've done each day, write little notes to myself myself about any adjustments that I've made, so that if I come to remake the pattern in a couple of years' time, I know that I have got that account of what I did last time and any alterations that I've made, which is going to be so handy. Next, I am planning to make the Tilly and the Buttons Nell dress. This is one that I've made a couple of times before, so I'm very comfortable making it. I've made all the alterations that I want to make already. This time though, instead of a midi dress, I have lengthened the skirt to make it a maxi, and I'm going to be sewing the flutter sleeve. So I've got a little bit of something going on here, but because it's a flutter sleeve, it's super, super breezy. It's going to allow that air to get through. So the only adjustment that I've made on the pattern previously is a narrow shoulder adjustment. This is an adjustment that I quite often have to make. I find that my shoulders are much more narrow in comparison to the rest of my body. So that is an alteration I very often have to make, especially on the Tilly and the Buttons patterns. The other thing I'm doing, which isn't included in the pattern, is to add some little ties at the side seams at my waist, which I'll tie up at the back, and that's just going to give it a little bit of definition that I really, really like. This is a pattern that I talked about in a video a couple of months ago about my favourite tummy-friendly sewing patterns, ones that work with my affectionately named apron belly. So if you want to go and check that out and see what other patterns I've included, I will leave the link below. The fabric that I'm using, I have actually already started making this. So these are the skirt pieces. I haven't done any of the gathering yet, but it is this glorious, super lightweight viscose challis. It is so light and floaty. It's going to be so comfortable to wear. Obviously black maybe isn't the most appropriate thing, but I have been heavily inspired, and I'm very excited that there is a new Practical Magic movie coming out in the autumn, and I might have been a little bit inspired with the fabric choice. This is so beautiful. This has been in my stash for a few years. It was included in the SewHayleyJane subscription boxes that I used to do, so I'm really, really excited to get this one made up as well. I was hoping to get this finished for a 50th birthday party I'm going to in 2 days' time. It's not going to happen, but I'm still really excited to have this one to wear. Oh, we need air conditioning. Next up, I have always been a huge fan of a wide leg elasticated waist trouser. All hail the elastic waistband. I have had the Friday Pattern Company Saguaro set in my stash for such a long time. I think I bought it when it first came out. Now, I don't think I'm ready to go for the full trouser and top set, but I'm gonna give the trousers a go, and then I might see how I feel about the top later. The fabric that I have purchased for the Saguaro is from Beyond the Pink Door, and it is this Everyday Ease linen viscose in natural. Now this feels like a very grown-up fabric for me. I am quite excited to make a pair of natural coloured wide leg linen trousers. It is a creamy colour with this kind of natural specklediness. It almost has the look of Hessian, and it has that sort of linen texture to it as well. It's 70% viscose and 30% linen, and it does feel a lot more linen-y than some of the other linen viscose blends I've tried in the past. It's got that kind of scratchy linen feel, which I'm hoping is going to soften up in the wash a little bit. Finally, and again, I might have been heavily influenced by Practical Magic here, I want to make the True Bias Mave skirt in this viscose crepe that again I've had in my stash for about 5 years. This is a little darker for summer, but I'm thinking, knowing how slow I am at sewing, this one probably won't get made until August, and then it is going to see me through to September as well. Now with the Mave, I've made the Mave a few times before, but I always make it with all the gathered tiers, but there are different ways of mixing up what you want to do with the skirt. For this one I want to keep it simple, and I'm just going to go for the full maxi without any ruffles, but I might add a little split at the side as well. So those are pretty much my plans at the moment. I do also want to make a little top or dress for Mia for the festival that we're going to, and I'm also toying with the idea of the Friday Pattern Company saltwater slip. I've never made a slip style dress before, but I saw on her YouTube that she has a hack to create sort of a gathered bust panel, which is going to give it a little bit more shaping. I'm not sure, I don't know, because it's a woven fabric, I'm just a bit worried it's going to be too constrictive around my tummy area. But I'm thinking about it. So let me know if you have made the saltwater slip and what you think. Do you think I'd like it? As I said, all of these patterns are going to be going up as project diaries on Thready Set Go, so you are very welcome to come and have a look and see how I get on throughout the summer. And of course, you can start your own. You can catalogue all your fabrics, patterns and notions and start project diaries. It is such a fantastic free tool for the sewing community. And then of course you've got the forum, which is my absolute favourite place to hang out at the moment. So I hope you will join me there. Thank you so much everyone for watching. I'm going to go and cool off now. Have a fantastic day.